would be not easy to connect to. First or the other shit. I would do the other shit first. Not that it matters because of your level, but I would do the other shit first because it is kind of cool. I don't know how you're gonna like the, I think it's the third episode, or it might be the second episode. I'm not sure. Not a whole lot of people like it because it introduces something that nobody asked for. And, I don't necessarily want to spoil it for Doc because I want him to experience it himself. Well, I didn't find it all that bad, just unnecessary. A lot of people bitched and moaned about it. Yeah, Cypher, you want to check some of this shit out? Oh, motherfucker. I'm broadcasting right now, so I can show off some of this shit. They ever fix the Monger cult guy? What do you mean fix? I don't know. I haven't had that issue. So I'm not sure. Hey, mine. Alright. Let me make it daytime real quick, just because Atlantis looks way better during the day. There it is. Alright. So mine, welcome to Atlantis. And there's Poseidon's temple way up there. Yep. Each of the DLCs has at least one god in it. Or goddess. In the first one you have 3. In the second one you have, I believe, just 1. And then the third one so far is just 1. If you do it a certain way, 2 of the gods, well, they basically die at the end of the first episode. But one of my favorite things so far is these weapons that I've gotten. So these are some of the legendary ones you can forge. And you can also change the color. So it's any of these. I got it red because these remind me kind of lightsabers, and obviously I'm making it red. Same with this shit. Let me go to abilities, I can show some of these off. Okay, so where is it? This is the one I was talking about. You can see a little video of it playing there. To run around with a pink dildo. That would be fun, yeah. Basically, what they did, for some of them, like, the Cronus Time Warp is kind of whatever. But they took a lot of abilities that I don't necessarily use all that much, and they improved them for the most part. That one I'm gonna revert that one, because I just don't use it. They fixed it. They did? Cool. Basically, all I will say about both the first and second DLC is you will see a lot of familiar faces. Both good and bad. Oh, there you go. Mine, is that still you, or is Cypher in here? Really? Okay. You can also try and go to the YouTube, because it'll be on there. It's a lot. But... So are you in, Cypher? Okay. Yeah. There was one for the DLC, because you get a sort of similar tree in the first and second DLC, where it's like more cultists. There's less of them in the second one, and even less in the third, but you get sort of a similar thing. And I had one where the guy was not spawning, so I eventually had to look it up and look where he actually spawns, because like the cultists, you don't have to find the clues as long as you know where they are, because they're always there. You just need to get the clues to uncover them. But if you know where they are and exactly who they are, then you can just go for them without going for the clues. So I ended up just going there, and it was this one thing at the Port of Piraeus, I believe, and I just infiltrated the base, and he was one of the guys there. Because I was having a similar issue to you, where something was not spawning, and it was basically fucking me. That was like one of the last 3 or 4 guys I needed for that kind of cultist tree. Yeah. Yeet. Really, bitch? Okay, so there's this civilian, right? He watches me literally throw my spear off the top of his boat, shove it in someone's throat, and he wants to attack me. Okay, I'm just gonna knock your ass out. You can go to sleep. See if I can... there's no one nearby. Oh, hold on. I'll show off this ability cipher in a second here. You'll be able to see it. I'm going to use it on this guy coming up here. And yeet. He's dead. But literally, like, the first thing I saw in the weapons, because you can see... is I wanted to get the weapons that you're seeing right now, like this spear. And yeah, and then you got the daggers as well. I don't have the last weapon yet, because I need a few more things to get it. But yeah, there's a bunch of cool armor you can get from this DLC too. Like if... where... do I still have this full set? Yeah, here we go. This is the set from the second episode of the DLC, where you're in the underworld. Yes, you can. You end up fighting him at the end, too. Spoilers. We're putting this set back on, though. There we go. Yeah. It basically is, yeah. There's another Minotaur head in this game, although it looks a lot stupider because it's a fake Minotaur, and that's this bad boy right here. Yeah. Oops. There we go. Yeah, so basically you have to kill a bunch of mythical creatures to get these artifacts. And the quest it gives you for the Minotaur is you have to go to this island and do these really stupid trials, which they're just a bunch of bullshit. don't really do anything. But at the very end, you fight someone dressed up as a Minotaur, not an actual Minotaur, and that's how you get that mask. You do fight the actual Minotaur later on, and it's pretty fun. Nice. Alright, I'm gonna see if I can one-shot this guy over here. Oh yeah, these statues are annoying. Fuck out of here, piece of shit. There you go. Those statues, basically, if you get into combat anywhere around those statues where you're actually fighting someone, they will activate, and they're a pain in the ass. They have, like, laser beam attacks and shit like that. Alright, can I... Yeet! Yeah, that's another 634,000 damage. Let's see if I can get a 3-piece here. Yeet. Yeet. Yeah, if I can get out of the area. There we go. I'm gonna make it daytime when I can. Hold on. Because just like I showed mine, I'm gonna show you how Atlantis looks during the daytime. Because it's pretty neat. Da, 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 da. Yeah. Alright. So this is Atlantis. Yeah. And that's Poseidon's, or, well, what's the actual area called? Royal Mountain of Poseidon. That's what that's called. And this is the map that you can kind of see. So this is how the area is laid out. There are 3 separate areas, all in this big circle. So some of these abilities, like, let's find... Oh, this is a good one. So this one is a old ability in the base game where you just rush forward and you stab someone, and then once you upgrade it enough, you smash the ground. But when you enhance it from this, it... I would show it in person, but it's hard to do without the... shit set up. But basically, instead of stabbing forward, all you do is you create this kind of spectral projection of a bull, and you toss it at your enemies, and it can knock them down. The Wrath of Ares is another one that's... Oh, god damn it, I just fucked myself. Put it in the wrong slot. Hold on, where's the one I had there? We're gonna do that. Okay. So normally this just like stuns enemies in a circle, but it doesn't really do much. But then when you enhance it, you slam your spear down in the ground, and it creates this kind of circle, and it slows the enemies so they basically cannot move for about 14 seconds, and after the 14 seconds are over, the enemies are dealt 250% warrior damage, and they get 50% more damage as well for each additional enemy in the area. So if you have like 4 or 5 enemies in the area, that's a fuckload amount of damage, because my warrior is sitting at 20,000 damage. So 250%, 20,000, like, it's pretty stupid. And some of the other ones. This one's pretty cool. So, as normal, you basically, you deal 50% more damage for about 20 seconds, and all enemy attacks are non-lethal to you, so basically you can't die while you have this active. But when you enhance it, summon the full power of Leonidas' Unbroken Spear for 10 seconds. All attacks deal 35% assassin damage, all enemy attacks are non-lethal. And yeah, so you basically take, well, you take damage, but it's nothing that can kill you. So it kind of lowers the damage you take. And yeah, the way I have it set up, normally that ability only lasts about 10 seconds, but the way I have it set up, it lasts about 23 seconds. Because I have 10 seconds from the armor set and then 3 from like another thing on the armor set, so I'm gonna just ram this boat into the dock. Yeet. And there she goes. That's fine. Didn't need her anyways. Alright, we're gonna go deal with the fucking fire first. Oh, son of a bitch. Climb up there, dickhead. There we go. Everywhere I look, it's just the number 69. It's very nice. This is one of my favorite things when I'm just stealthing around. You can whistle and alert the enemies to where you are, and they come towards you. It's just like their dialogue is so dumb. It's literally like, oh, what was that noise? I should check it out and not tell anyone where I'm going. And herded her. Oh, is this guy pissing over here? No, he's not. No, literally, like, I can't tell you how many times I've caught someone pissing, and, yeah. There are times where I'll be nice and I'll let him finish his piss before I stab him, but usually I'll just, stab him in the midst of it, so... I mean, his friends aren't going to find a body because, basically, the first DLC adds one of the best stealth abilities in this game. So, the problem with stealth in this game is when you kill somebody, they leave behind, obviously, a body, and that alerts people that, someone's dead. So, the first DLC, Doc, why I'm recommending you do that first is because... Oh, he's not back yet. Oh, well, I'll tell him when he's back. But you get an ability called Death Veil that is... If you kill anyone with any of your assassin abilities, like stabbing them or whatever, like kind of like how you would with a hidden blade in other games, but with the spear in this one, it basically disintegrates their body. So there's no body left behind, which means that no one can get alerted, which you'll see right here. And the body's gone. So that's like one of the most helpful, because the problem with stealth in this game is usually what you have to do is when you're infiltrating like a fort or something, you have to kill somebody and then take their body and like toss it off the side of the fort. So you have to take the time to do that, and this way you don't have to, which is really nice. So that's why I told Doc that you should do the first DLC first, because that's where you get that ability. I think it's the first one you get too. One of the first anyways. Although I will say, it is kind of stupid in that the enemies will not get alerted, but they will leave behind their swords and their shields or whatever weapons they're carrying. So you'd think if you're walking around guarding this fort, your buddy's suddenly gone, and there's just a sword sitting on the ground, you might be a little bit suspicious as to why that is. But, whatever. I'm not going to question it. You're going to have to suspend your disbelief with these kind of games, so... Alright, I'm gonna stop the broadcast.